hear those guys sing. All right, now, as we promised you, we're going to talk a little bit about bowling. That's right. Bowling, the high school bowling actually is getting ready to have some districts. You know, we talk about district matchups all the time in high school athletics. Well, high school bowling is huge in our area. And Cleveland this year just got started with a bowling team. And, of course, Walker Valley and Bradley have had bowling teams for the past several years. And really some good bowlers have come out of our area. If you don't believe me, we'll ask one that is a product of that. Chelsea Helton is here with us right now, or Hancock, I'm sorry. Chelsea Hancock, I was going by the old name there, is here with me to talk about the bowling team there at Bradley Central. Brought along one of her star players. First of all, Chelsea, how are you doing this afternoon?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Doing really good. Oh, you're always welcome to come in here and talk about bowling at any time. Of course, me and then Austin Chadwick, Mixed TV producer, we kind of got bowling in our blood. Not to the good side of it, meaning we could bowl a 200 or better. Well, Austin might be able to. He used to. But I just love the sport, love supporting the sport, and no better way to get started than with really youth league and then moving up to high school bowling, is there?
You know, and more of that, if people could know that there are youth leagues out there, I think that we would see a lot more kids involved in this sport. You know, it's a lot of fun. We had a comment made to us last week. I never realized how fun bowling was until I got to come and experience the competition. And this year's been, I would say, electrifying. I mean, it has been just a totally different year, different group of kids, and we've just had a lot of fun this year.
Yeah, bowling is something, I think the slogan, if it still hasn't changed since I got out of the bowling business, no one sets the bench in bowling. Everybody participates. And so if you've got a young person looking for that sport to be a part of, and they love perfection, because I think with bowling it is about perfection. You try to perfect your approach, your swing, and all that kind of stuff. And so if you've got someone that is kind of a stickler for that, or someone that really just wants to learn a sport, bowling would be a great thing to pick up. But we brought Chelsea in not just to talk about bowling in general, but she is the coach there, as I mentioned a while ago, at Bradley Central High School. And Chelsea, I guess first of all, just kind of tell me about your season a little bit.
So this is going into my 6th season as a high school coach.
Really?
It's hard to believe that it's been 6 years.
That is hard to believe.
But,
yeah, I remember when you were bowling in high school, yeah.
Yeah, that's been a while.
Yeah, been a day or two, yeah.
So this year we had 25 guys come out for our team, which is probably the most that we've had in years.
Yeah.
We had 13 girls, I think, and we're down to 9 on each team, roughly 9, 10. We have a couple that do dual sports too, so we have some that come in and out. And there's just some kids this year, it's a totally different personality. Just they bring it to life. I mean, they bring the joy back to it, and you know, they have a good time. They work together. They come together as a team, and that's what makes it fun. I think Ryan and I were talking. Ryan's one of my senior bowlers, and Ryan's been with me 2 years now. And I told him, I said, this is probably the most fun I've had coaching bowling in a long time, just because of the atmosphere that it brings this year.
Again, we're talking about high school bowling with Bradley coach Chelsea Hancock is here with me. And then she mentioned Ryan. Well, Ryan, good afternoon to you, buddy. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing fantastic. Well, tell me about your season a little bit this year. How's things been going for you personally on the team?
It's going pretty well. It's electrifying. You know, our team's getting after it. We're working hard, and so I think we're going to do good this season.
Now, tell me a little bit about what's coming up. I know that you guys are heading into the district. That's coming up on Friday, right?
Yes, sir.
Is Leisure Time Bowling, is that where the district's at again this year?
Yes, sir.
Well, kind of walk me through. How's that going to work a little bit?
Well, we'll play the loser of McMahon, East Hamilton.
So, yeah, loser of 4-5 is who we'll play, and then we'll step ladder into that. So if we win that match, then we play the winner of Walker Valley and the winner of the first match. So they'll do head-to-head the second round, and then we'll be in the finals at 2:30.
Good stuff right there. Again, high school bowling is really popular around the area. Now, Chelsea, people can come and watch the districts there at the bowling alley. Is that right?
Yes, it's open bowling. One thing I didn't mention to Wayne, though, is one big accomplishment that we've had this year that we've not had. We calculated, we think it's 11 years that it's been since Bradley's beat Walker Valley.
Really?
We beat them twice this year, so that's a big accomplishment that we got to stick in our back pocket because
the old crosstown rival, huh?
Well, the second match was quite interesting. We were down 11-5 after So it's changed format a little bit. So they bowl head-to-head, and they get their head-to-head match, and then we bowl 5 Baker games, and you get 2 points for each
that
Baker
is
game.
different.
And then you get total overall pinfall points. So it came down to overall pinfall, and we won 12-11 that second match. So that is a big accomplishment that we've had this year, is being able to kind of be, I guess, the underdog in the past and step up and kind of be the leader right now. And so it's been kind of nice.
Now, is John Smeltzer still part
He
of the
is,
Walker
he
Valley
is,
crew up
yeah.
there?
Yeah,
So, and I know he's been a mentor to you over the years. I mean, when I think about bowling in this area, the youth bowling and then high school bowling, really, he is one of those that I would think for years. I mean, not just in the last 5, 6, 7 years, but he's been a part of youth for quite some time, hadn't he, in our area?
Career, and then he's still there, and then he's got Lauren and Scott who stepped in as his assistants. So his daughter and son-in-law are his assistants, and it's been fun. I mean, we've had a year for sure.
So the student now beating the old guy, huh? So here we go.
Oh, I better be careful and not call him old. Huh?
Well, I'll call him old because he's my age or older. So
we cut up about that at matches and things. And one of his kids asked, oh, did she bowl for you? And he was like, yeah, she bowled for me. And so we talk about, we kind of both are on the opposite end, so it's kind of like just a flip-flop. But, I think one of the things that our first match that made it so interesting was they were chanting, we want pizza, we want pizza. And so Walker Valley's like, we do too. And there's just that atmosphere. I mean, these kids love each other, and these kids are like family. I mean, it's just totally, like you said, if you can come out and watch it, it's something to experience for sure.
Again, we're talking about high school bowling. The districts is coming up at Leisure Time Bowling here on Key Street. The 2 teams move on. Is that still the format?
Yes, so they'll move on to regions. Regions is January 12th at Hickson, Hickson. And then the winners of those 2, the first winner will host Sub-State. The second, the runner-up, will travel for Sub-State. So
that's still the same format, which has kind of been a thing there. And then to host a sub-state, guys, as it is in any sport, is a big deal. I mean, I don't care if it's golf, if it's bowling, if it's football, baseball. When you're hosting a sub-state, your teams are really good, and they need to be supported. Ryan, tell me a little bit about what you anticipate after this year. Is bowling going to be a part of your life after this year's program? Are you going to continue to stay college bowling, or what do you got in mind?
Absolutely. If that door opens, I mean, I'll absolutely take it. But I'm going to be in leagues and stuff after high school, so it'll be fun.
It'll be fun. Do you mind to share your average with us?
Well, this year they don't really have an average because they're doing 1 game, not an average of 3. I would say probably around 185 this year for sure. I mean, Ryan's really made some gains this year in his bowling, and really as a team we've made growth. That's one thing about it is because of Baker. So Baker format is 5 kids bowl two frames.
Right.
So they all have to work together, and that's one thing I can say about this team is they have something special, unique, some kind of bond where they know how to work together and bowl those Baker games. So it's really hard to put an average on it, but if I had to say an average over the games that he's bowled this year, I would probably say about 185.
A couple other questions I want to ask. Again, we're talking about high school bowling this afternoon. Districts coming up on Friday here in our community. Adding Cleveland into the mix, I mean, I know this was their first year. Kind of this, I know they're competition, but now that part of it is getting close to ending, what would you say about their bowling team for the first year?
Well, Seth bowled as well. I know that Seth. He is the head coach, and then Tony Bullington's assisting him. So people that we've known at the bowling alley our whole lives. Tony's been around since I was a kid as well. It's been great. I mean, they've done a great job. They brought that program in. They have about 25 kids that actually are on the team. So they just have the boys team. Hopefully they'll be able to, get some advertisement out and get the girls the team as well, but they're fun to bowl with as well. I mean, it's that same kind of just that crosstown rivalry. I can never say that word.
I'll take rivalry for 500, please.
Yeah, that word always I have a hard time with. But They're fun too, but we all just, have that, it's still that family atmosphere, but
Yeah.
it's nice to have another local team. So you've got 4 teams practicing at leisure time. So everybody's got to work together to plan it all out and schedule it all out, but then everybody's there to help each other and build each other up as well.
So McMinn is there as well? Is that
no,
the fourth?
you've got Tennessee Westland, the
Tennessee
college
West.
is bowling
Okay,
down
that's
there,
right.
so.
And I was getting ready. That's what I was going to allude to next. When we talk about bowling in this area, you cannot not say the name Aaron White, because everybody that's been in bowling for years knows who he is, and I know he's been a big mentor to you as well over the years, and I know he's with TWU now as far as the bowling coach, and that kind of helps out to have that connection from high school to college because they have a good college program there.
Yeah. Kind of help me get the ropes underway and just, he's like you said, he's a great mentor. He's a good bowler. He's great at what he does, and he loves those kids, and he goes out there and gives it his all, and it shows within his program. I mean, his program's really started to build up as well, too. The boys won their tournament, won first place, I know, and the girls have been doing really well, placing higher within their rankings as well, too. So it is nice to have that so the kids can see that it doesn't just stop at high school, that there's a future in bowling. I mean, there's college scholarships. There's over 250 schools across the United States that give college scholarships in bowling. So, I mean, there's opportunities, but you have to seek them out as well. So it is nice to have him there. He actually was there the other night, and I think that he thoroughly enjoyed watching that match. We've had some good matches this year, especially yesterday. I mean, we bowled Boyd Buchanan. We shot over 2,000 pins, which is, our average is about 1,850 is what we're averaging the last couple matches, which is pretty stout for, to change format like this and to be able to bowl those Baker games. Totally different than what it was before, but
right.
They will probably take District 2 all the way to state, I would say. So.
Good stuff. Again, Chelsea Hancock is in the district finals will be coming up this Friday at Leisure Time Bowling. Ryan is one of those senior bowlers, part of the team there for Chelsea. He's been joining us as well. And, of course, we want to give accolades out to Leisure Time Bowling. We know that they are very accommodating. Mike Brown, what we call him Brownie, the manager there. You mentioned Tony and some of the other people. Just a great staff for these kids to be around, these high schoolers to be around, and then into the college and the collegiate level as well. So, again, if you've got young people, I'm assuming that the youth program is it going on now, or will it be going on after the first of the year, or probably just need to call the bowling alley for information?
So it is going on now. There's a high school league on Monday nights right now, but I would say high school league, but that's kind of like a youth league. So I don't know how low the age is that it goes on that, but they will most likely do probably a Saturday league in the winter, summer, spring. They usually always have leagues going on for youth. Our hope eventually is to try to get, I know Tony's mentioned it to me a couple times, just like a middle school league, trying to get those kids that feed into these high schools so that we can have more opportunity to try to get that out there. And like you said, if it weren't for Brownie and all the staff, there's no accommodating, with the pandemic, just all the things. It's nice to have a bowling alley that supports you, and Brownie has been more than supportive for us and taking good care of us. So yes, we thank him for all that he does for us.
Yeah, so again, please keep them in mind for entertainment needs as well. We're talking about high